Sometimes you want to focus on just one little piece of your animation. And that's why you use work areas. I've imported this Tor from the Dead clip. I'm going to drag this to the new comp icon. Now, this is a clip from the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space, which many call the worst movie ever created. I don't know, I kind of like it. And so in this clip, Tor Johnson, who's an actor here, rises from the dead by the power of aliens. I'm just going to hit the end key, and you can see the end of this animation. He's about halfway out. Now, this is almost 16 seconds into this clip. Tor finally gets almost halfway out of the grave. Brother takes his time rising from the dead, let me tell you. So I'm going to hit the home key. And again, if we preview this, we can see that he very, very, very slowly raises from the dead. I suppose I shouldn't be picky. I've never been raised from the dead before, so maybe it does take a while. Maybe also you're buried with your own set of lights, as apparently Tor is. But at the end of this clip, Tor's body does something that I don't understand. It kind of freaks out and convulses in a way that's extremely entertaining to me. So I want to focus on just this last section of this video clip when Tor's body kind of does its own little jig there. So that's why I would use a work area. Now, the work area is determined by the work area bar, which is actually this bar right here where my mouse is over, even though that just looks like a pretty decoration in the rephrase. Even though that just looks like a pretty decoration in the interface, it's not. So what I'm going to do is drag the beginning point of the work area over this way. And now, if I preview this, I'm just going to hit 0 on the numeric rephrase. I'm just going to hit 0 on the numeric keypad to do a RAM preview here. That only previews the part of the clip that I want to see. The sweet jig that he's doing there. Now I could click on the inside of this to move this somewhere else. I could also move the out point if I want to. Rephrase, let me say it again. I could also move the end of the work area if I want to. And actually, he doesn't really start going with his convulsing until right about there. You notice as I preview it, that it also loops, which makes it far more entertaining. And that is awesome. I could double click this in the center to get it back to square one. Now here's some great shortcuts when dealing with the work area bar. Let's say we want to start the animation here before his hands come up here. I could hit the letter B on the beginning, rephrase. I could hit the letter B on the keyboard to set the beginning of the work area. And let's say I can go over here or something, hit the letter, rephrase. One more time. And if I want to set the end of the work area, then I hit the letter. Yeah, letter. And if I want to set the end of the work area, then I hit the letter N for end. Get it? So work areas are not only for watching guys rise from the dead and then dance a jig. They're also for focusing on specific parts of your animation. When you start adding a lot of stuff to your timeline here, and your project gets more and more complicated, doing a RAM preview, the whole thing is just going to take too long. So work areas allow you to focus on one specific part and just render that little part over and over and over again. Also, when we get to the end of this training, I'll show you how to export just the work area. So if, for example, I wanted to post him rising from the dead and then dancing a jig on YouTube or something, then I could make a work area of just that and then export just the work area. We'll set up how to do that again at the end of the training. Work areas really are an important part of working in After Effects. And I've been joking around because this clip is extremely entertaining to me, but realistically, I use work areas all the time. They really do help cut down all the wasted render time that you would otherwise have as you're previewing your project, as you're focusing on a little bit of animation. It makes it so you can watch one little segment over and over and over again, which is very helpful as you're trying to determine what you should do better or how something should be fixed. It really is a great help.